Once, in a quiet town nestled amidst Eerie woods, there stood an old, dilapidated mansion that had been abandoned for decades. Locals called it the Haunted Manor, as chilling legends shrouded its history. But the most frightening tale was about a mysterious door that would appear in random houses, leading to a nightmarish dimension. The door was said to materialize without warning, no matter how secure or well-locked the house was. People whispered that it was the portal to the abyss, a gateway to hell itself. Those who had encountered it claimed that an otherworldly chill engulfed the room when the door emerged, and an unnerving, faint whisper of demonic voices echoed through the halls. A young couple, Alex and Emily, had heard about the dreadful door but brushed it off as mere folklore. One stormy night, they decided to spend the evening at Alex's childhood home while his parents were away. The winds howled outside, and rain beat relentlessly against the windows. As the clock struck midnight, a faint creaking sound caught their attention. They exchanged uneasy glances, attributing it to the old house's natural noises. But when a chilling breeze swept through the room, they knew something was wrong. There it stood, a grotesque-looking door in the corner of the living room, seemingly out of place amid the familiar surroundings. The wood was gnarled and blackened, adorned with ominous carvings that resembled ancient runes. Emily gasped, her heart pounding in her chest, as she noticed the faint glow emanating from the cracks around the door frame. A sense of dread washed over them, but before they could react, the door began to creak open on its own, revealing an impenetrable darkness beyond. Fear gripped their souls as a cacophony of anguished screams and demonic growls echoed from the abyss within. They stepped back, paralyzed with terror, but the door seemed to beckon them, enticing them to peer into the unknown. "Close it!" Emily pleaded, her voice trembling. But Alex, feeling an inexplicable fascination, approached the door against his better judgment. Just as he reached out to touch it, Emily snapped him back to reality, shaking him out of the trance. "We have to get rid of it," she insisted, her eyes filled with determination. They knew they couldn't leave the door as it was. They had to destroy it before something unspeakable escaped into their world. They searched the house for anything that could help, stumbling upon an old dusty book in the attic. It contained ancient incantations and rituals used to seal away malevolent entities. Armed with this newfound knowledge, they returned to the living room. As they recited the incantation, a fierce wind swirled around them, and the door seemed to resist their efforts. But they persisted, pouring their collective will into the ritual. The house trembled, and the air filled with the scent of sulfur. Just as they thought they might fail, a blinding light burst forth, engulfing the door and banishing it back to whatever infernal realm it had come from. Exhausted but relieved, Alex and Emily collapsed onto the floor, knowing they had averted a catastrophic fate. From that day on, they vowed never to speak of the door to anyone, fearing that its dark presence might return. And so, the cursed door ceased to plague the town, becoming nothing more than a chilling memory for those who had experienced its horror. The haunted manor remained a forsaken place, a grim reminder of the sinister forces that lurked beyond the veil, waiting for a chance to breach the boundary between worlds once more.